Hi, I'm Kate with The Productive Teacher, and today we're going to practice spelling the long A sound with the letters AY. Now, we use the letters AY to make the long A sound at the end of a syllable. Most of the time, this means at the end of a word. I'm going to tell you a word, we're going to count the sounds in the word, and then we're going to spell the sounds so that we have spelled the whole word. Let's get started. This little girl is so happy because it is her birthday. Our word is birthday. There are 2 syllables in birthday. I want you to count up how many sounds altogether there are in birthday. Did you say 5 sounds? You're right. What's the first sound you hear in birthday? B, b. What letter makes the B sound? Yes, the letter B. What's the second sound you hear in birthday? It's the sound. Now there's many different ways to spell the sound. We just have to know which one is the right one. In this case, it's IR. What's the next sound we hear in birthday? Birth. What letters make the th sound? That's right, TH. Next sound, birthday. What letter makes the D sound? The letter D. Nice job. And our last sound, birthday. A. Oh, it's the long A sound. I know that's going to be spelled AY. Nice job. Our next word is clay. Clay. How many sounds do you count in the word clay? Yes, there are 3 sounds. What's the first sound you hear in the word clay? It's the K sound. Nice job. And we know our next sound is ol, which is a consonant sound. The K sound before a consonant is almost always spelled with the letter C. Our next sound, ol, clay. Ol is spelled with the letter L. That's right. And what's our last sound? Clay. Oh, long A. It's at the end of a syllable. It's AY. Our next word is driveway. Driveway. This is another word that's 2 syllables. We want to count the sounds in both syllables. Did you count 6 sounds? Nice job. What's the first sound you hear in driveway? D, d. What letter makes the D sound? D. Nice job. D, What letter makes the sound? R. Nice job. Next sound, I. Oh, the I sound. Now, we could use a vowel team to spell the I sound, but in this word, we're not. This is a VCE syllable. So I'm going to put the I right here, and I know I'm going to need a silent E next to it. I just have to figure out what consonant is coming before the I and the E, between the I and the E. Drive. What letter is making the V sound? Yes, the letter V. See how V and E are in the same box because I don't hear the E, but it's doing an important job of making that I long. Okay, what's our next sound in drive? Way. What letter makes the W sound? The letter W. Nice job. And our last sound, driveway. A. Long A at the end of a syllable. AY. Awesome job. Our next picture, oh, all that money, they're paying for something. Our word is pay. Pay. How many sounds do you count in the word pay? 3 sounds. Nice job. What's the first sound you hear in pay? P, p. What letter makes the P sound? P. Nice job. And what's the next sound we hear? P, A. Long A, end of a syllable, AY. Our next word is play. Play. How many sounds do you count in the word play? 3. Nice job. What's the first sound you hear in the word play? P, p. What letter makes the P sound? The letter P. Nice job. What's the next sound we hear? Pull, ol. What letter makes the ol sound? L, yes. And what's the last sound we hear in play? A, long A, end of a syllable, A-Y. Okay, here we have an airplane. Oh, it's landing on a runway. Our word is runway. Runway is another 2-syllable word, run and way. How many sounds do you count all together in runway? Yes, 5 sounds. What's the first sound you hear in runway? What letter is R? Nice job. What's the next sound we hear? Oh, what letter makes the sound? Yes, U. That's a short U. Good. Run. What letter makes the N sound? N. Yes. And what's our next sound? Runway. What letter makes the W sound? W. And what's the last sound in runway? A, long A, end of a syllable. A-Y. Awesome. Our next word, it's a little bird. It's a blue jay. Blue jay, another 2-syllable word, but we're going to count all of the sounds. How many sounds do you hear in blue jay? Did you say 5 sounds? You're right. What's the first sound you hear in blue jay? B. What letter makes the B sound? B, yes. What's the next sound we hear? Bull, ol. What letter makes the ol sound? L, yes. Next sound, bull, ooh. Ooh is one of those tricky sounds that has lots of different ways to spell it. We have to remember that in blue, that ooh sound is spelled U-E. That's a tricky one. That's one that we have to map in our brains. All right, what's the next sound we hear? Blue, j. Good. So the j sound can either be a G or a J. My next sound after the j is A, and we know that if it has an A sound after, it's probably going to be the letter J, which it is in this case. Because G before A would say G. All right, blue j, A. Our last sound is A, long A, end of a syllable, A-Y. Our next picture is crayons. Our word is crayon. This is an example of when we have the A sound at the end of a syllable, but it's not the end of a word. But that's okay. We know A-Y spells A at the end of a syllable. All right, how many sounds do you hear in crayon? Did you say 5? Nice job. What's the first sound you hear? Crayon. K. Good, we've got the K sound, which could be a C or a K. Our next sound is which is a consonant sound. When we have K followed by a consonant sound, we use the letter C. Our second sound, How do we spell the sound? R. Good. Our next sound, cray, A, long A, end of a syllable, A-Y. Next sound, cray, aw. What letter makes the aw sound? Yes, it's a short O. And what's the last sound you hear in crayon? What letter makes the N sound? N. Nice job. All right, our next word is tray. Tray. How many sounds do you hear in the word tray? 3 sounds. Nice job. What's the first sound you hear in tray? T. What letter makes the T sound? T. Nice job. What's the next sound? What letter makes the sound? R. And what's the last sound we hear in tray? Long A, end of a syllable, A-Y. Here we have another word, spray. Spray. How many sounds do you count in the word spray? 4 sounds. Let's spell it. What's the first sound you hear? That's an S. What's the next sound you hear? Sp. What letter makes the P sound? P. Next sound? Spr. What letter makes the sound? R. And what's the last sound we hear? Spr. A. Long A. We know that's AY. Our last sound. This is hey. Hey. How many sounds do you hear in hey? Just 2 sounds. What's the first sound you hear in hey? What letter makes the sound? H. What's the second sound you hear? A. Long A, end of a syllable, AY. Awesome job spelling today. I will see you next time.